Okay, let's see how this is going to go. Importing scripts. And see how. Mm, do, 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 do. Good old Unity. Come on. Come up. Okay. So, come on. You can do it. Alright. There we go. Good old opening. Dun, 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 dun. And we have a victory. Oh, okay. The one thing about this is when you're doing all this other stuff is take this window, go into lighting, turn off auto build. It's really annoying that it runs every single time that you actually do something. I mean, it is. It is rather annoying. And we have our window helper thingy right here, which is gun 3. We don't need this. Okay. And we have all this stuff. And I'm pretty sure my scripts will work fine in here. Okay, ray fire offset, never used, blah blah blah. Well, here's the thing. Let's instantiate. Let's look at this level loading logic and other stuff because this is really annoying. Okay, is player data is a static function. It only does ammo though. Kind of a waste of time in actuality. And this will work in the life of the program. So in reality, I don't see why we just don't like make references and stuff like that for something of that nature. Because we have ammo and we got a UI display like this. That's a UI thing. Okay. Ammo pickup, which just adds ammo. Okay, that's fine. So level loader. We need this to do more stuff. Okay, it just doesn't seem right that it doesn't do more stuff. Okay. I mean, we got string name and we can do an instance and all that stuff, but it just doesn't feel right. So what I need to do is bring up some of my reference material. Okay. Encode window sucks. Mirror window. No. Yes. Okay. So it's in all that. Alright. That's cool. Whatever. Right? So let's bring up my reference material. Okay, because some of these functions and stuff like that, it actually gets rather annoying knowing all the API stuff and things. That's why I tell people, hey, if you need reference stuff and everything, just go get references and things. Don't be afraid to look up API stuff because you're gonna do it a lot. As a programmer, you're gonna do it a lot. There's like no doubt in my mind because of just you can't remember everything. You're human, you know? So that's the way it goes. But anyway, so we have that. Let's take a look at what we do. Level loader is a static, and we don't destroy on load, which is fine. So this is always around. Okay, so this can actually hold information. And, hmm. Can we check as a bool for this target? Okay, this document cache is still being constructed. Please try again. Really? When loading a new scene object. Okay, so we have that. And we got a description and other stuff. Okay, that's fine. I mean, it is legit. What? There's kind of a boo-boo thing about this. This class can be derived from this can be problematic for XML. And I forgot all about this, but the thing about it is, okay, even though it's a serializable object and it's an asset file, you could still make um make weapons that are made by the players. You just can't derive from this class. Okay, you make another class like this, and you actually make it a class. So a good example is we'll do this. All right, we'll take all these variables. All right, right here. Which some of these cannot be serialized with XML, which is fine. But yeah. Actually, what do I want to do with this, actually? I know if I do it into a class and everything, it'll be fine. Okay, but the thing about it is, how can we select multi-states? And it's really easy to do multi-states because we have a burst time, a shotgun, an automatic, and a reload. Okay, so let's think about this. All right, is let's make a scriptable object. All right. Okay. We have a scriptable object. Okay. In order to make an automatic, a single, and everything else, we just have to select our enum and things. And then we have a fire rate, damage, range, burst time, shotgun. And if we look at shotgun and other things, is let's look at our. Yeah, I forgot. Sorry. I have to switch it over. Okay. If we look at everything, we just have to go. How we make a shotgun is we put the enum and then we swap these variables around. Okay, shotgun. And if we look at our code, for it for a shotgun. Okay. If we go over and we look at our shotgun, to make a shotgun fire, and let's embiggen this. Okay. A shotgun. Alright. If it's named shotgun, we do this function. And all shotgun does is put the shotgun timer, fire time. This is how long it takes to shoot the next bullet. Okay. It puts a shot count. It kicks it out, and our helper class does the animation part. Okay. Really simple. So in actuality, this variable is its own, and it just adjusts the shot count and other stuff like that. The kickback stays, and the animation plays. Okay, which is all it really does. Even on firing, all it does is adjust the timer, does kickback, hits the ray, and minuses the gun. Burst time, okay, and then kick, and then minus this. So in actuality, if we wanted like a multi-state weapon, all we have to do is change this enum. So how can we do this? Okay, there's a few ways we could do this. All right, and we already got the basis of the code pretty much already. We just have to understand how to use it. Okay, and like I said, let's go back over to Unity. Okay, Unity. Okay, there we go. And all we do is change this. So if this is a gun that I would like other states in, okay, and it probably is, we will just need to put single shot, okay, to adjust this state where it's full auto. All we really have to do is come up here to this enum, go into our thing, type in this little curly Q, and put auto. Okay, full auto. All right. Okay, sounds legit, right? And then when we go back over to Unity, it'll compile, but now we'll have, let it do its refresh. Come on Unity, why are you acting so slow? Come on, streaming's not bad. And we can select a full auto. Well, if you ever mess with guns and everything else, which, you know, that's your thing or whatnot, is, you know, full auto is nothing but if you got a pistol and you just want to unload the clip real quick, you just go bang, 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 right? Well, full auto is pretty much the same thing. Okay, so we're going to come down here to our little code window. Okay, and we're going to go over to our states. This is single, and we do fire. Okay, it's legit, right? Okay. well, if it's, we'll put if I need the capital EA. God, it's not going to let me have weapon type equals weapon type dot full auto. Okay, this means the whole bang bang, you're shooting full automatic. No big deal, right? What do we want to do? Well, on a full auto, we are just basically going to do the same thing as fire. Firing. Okay? But we have to make a modification to our stuff. So we also have in our code is our input manager. Okay, where is it? Our input manager. Oh, okay. Input manager has a definition of auto. Okay? And what auto does is if it's full auto, we will be able to we are going to enable where people can, if it's automatic, okay, if automatic equals false, it does input get button down, which only does it one frame, okay? All right, that's no big deal, right? And then if it's not false, else we use get button. Well, get button is full auto. It'll continuously go bang, 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 shoot, 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 right? Okay. Which is what we want for a full automatic weapon. So, on full auto, when we shoot our button, we are going to say well, what can we do to make sure this doesn't do all that goofy stuff? I don't really want it to, maybe we will do this from another class. Because I don't want this to be updated at runtime all the time. Because that's kind of silly. It is kind of silly to do it that way. Yeah, we're going to do that from a different class. Okay? Because I have a class that's going to instantiate what we need. Okay? And this is going to be, it's going to change our enum. So we definitely are going to need a function. Where can we put this function? Put away, my gun, weapon states, zoom, blah, 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 that, kickback, fixed update. Well, let's do this. We need a public function, and we're going to call this change state. No. Weapon No, no, no. Public void. Ugh. Weapon type change. Kind of wordy, I know, in a big old sentence. Okay, but what we're going to do is pass it some enums. Okay, and these enums are going to be weapon type. I'm going to call it weapon. Okay, so and well, this might get a little hairy for people if they're not familiar with array types and stuff. Because, well, basically, what it is instead of doing this, we're going to call the function. Okay? This only happens once. Actually, no, this happens every single time. That's bad. Oh, we'll fix this. I just wanted to show you guys that you could do this. Okay? But we are going to change it up to a style that you guys may not be familiar with. So let's go into our lovely community of and let's make a class that's specifically for changing weapon states. Okay, this will be on every gun, so and all I did was make a script called weapon states. That's it. You'll see in a second. Blah blah blah. Yes, weapon state. Blah. Okay. And it reset my zooming. That's annoying. Okay. Oh yeah. Well, yeah, that is true. You could do an else if, but the thing about this is I am about to change the way we change states anyway. So, because I want to change it over to and I know what you're saying. That is different. It is less CPU and things, and yeah, you're definitely true on that one. I know. Um, is the else if? Yeah, if, and then you're talking about going else if and not have it do this and have it else if and then else if. And that's what you were talking about, right? Yeah. But yeah, totally. I know what you're saying. You should probably be seeing it right now. Yep, it does, and I'm not gonna lie, it does help it a lot. But the thing about it is, um, yeah, I'm gonna change it up to it also helps in one way. I would much rather have it into a switch statement because I find switches are kind of fast until you get to a long switch. Then it starts being like really intense because then you could base it off enum, in your switch. But yeah, when it comes to four of them, it's still pretty fast. But yeah, I know what you're saying on the LSIF, LSIF, FSIF. Yeah, it does make a difference, especially when you get with AI and stuff. When you start getting with states, I find doing the LSIF a little better and using switches or just push it straight out to a if it's a wall, you need to use classes. Well, what do you mean by if it's a wall? Oh, um, because a lot of times when I use enums, here's what I'll do. I'll go switch and go with this, and the switch statement I go on would be my weapon type. Okay, and then it gives me all my cases. That's what I like to use a lot. Yeah, 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 yeah. I know. If the switch is large, yeah, large switches they'll kill so many CPU cycles. It's pathetic. That's one reason. In my one code, I've got down here for right here. Not this. I've got code right here. It's only three cases, four cases, and I don't like it. I think it's slow and like really. Yeah, yeah. But you should be probably seeing my switch that I use for like changing up in different things. Yeah, there it is. Right there, right there. I don't like that switch statement. I think it sucks, but it works, and that's the only place that I actually use it. And that's mostly for weapon positioning. Yeah, I have something completely different in mind. I'm thinking about just having a um, just a single class that does uh, um, just the animation and moving parts because it just seems a little better probably by design. But I needed something simple, okay, for people that don't know how to code, and switches just seem like the logical answer in that way. And because it's small, it's not going to be like a huge impact, but it's like easier to read and makes it more uh, just easier to understand for people. It's not used to huge codes and stuff. But yeah, I'm totally with you on that. But this is not what I'm going to use. Nope, 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 nope. No way. Uh-uh. I'm going to use something a little better. And you'll probably like this too. Is instead of this, I am going to use a class to drive the states like this. Okay? This will still be here. Wait. Else did. The only thing about this is it's kind of harder for people to read, maybe. I don't know. It'll work just fine. But instead of that, I want to use something else. And where is that little script that I just made? Yeah, show me, man. Don't te Yeah, yeah. I'm trying to find the script that I just made, and it's just not wanting me to do something. All right. Because, well, here's the thing that I really like about it. All right, is when it comes to an enum, I have access to it, so we can do a weapon type. Okay, and this is a thing that you can do. A public. Oh, come on, don't be all goofball thingy. Weapon type, and I'd much rather use an array of them. All right. Well, because we do this and everything, we can go into Unity because I want to make multiple states for the weapon, like full auto, single shot, maybe like a launcher and stuff. But we need something to be able to select wood. Okay. And if we do this with Unity, because it's a global like value of weapon states, we can go into here in Unity, put a script right here, okay? Use this script to, did I not put it here yet, or did I put it private? Oh, come on. Really? Okay. FPS weapon. What did I do? Did I put it private like a butthead? Where is it? Oh, I didn't put it at all. Okay. We'll just put it public. Weapon state. States. Okay. And that's all I did. I mean, it'd be really easy. If you've ever drug it in a script, I mean, there's no reason for me to sit there and show you that part anyway. It's pretty easy. And all I'm going to do is put this in here. Okay. All right. So now we got an array of our states. Okay. So let's say we got two states. All right. Well, this is enum, right? And it's not that much more memory to do. We want single state. And then we can do full auto. And you might like this, you might love this, is let's go back to our script and weapon state. Well, and I don't know if I want, Yeah, we could. We could. Public key code to button 1. Okay, just for people that may want to rebind the keys. Button 2. Okay. Key code. Button 3. Okay. And we could always wrap these in things, but what I want to do, and you might have already discovered or thought about, yeah, I'm not using dual monitor because somebody stole most of my parts for like um my computer. So it really stinks right now. So I got to keep checking back and like other stuff. It's, it's rather annoying. I'm not gonna lie. Whoever stole my computer, I hope they actually they're a mean person. And that's all I'm gonna say about it. I would say something like completely like how I really feel about it, but it concerns like violence and stuff like that, and I don't condone the violence, but I'll let you just think about how you would feel if someone stole your computer or something like that. It's horrible. So yeah, I'll just keep it at that. But yeah, that's all I'll say about that. Leave it at that, and we'll do a bunch of if input dot get button down, and then we'll throw a key code in. Ooh, no, it's not get button down. What am I thinking? Dot get key down, and we gotta throw a key code, which should be button 1. Then it shouldn't complain about nothing, right? Is that how that works? I haven't written input code in a while. Yeah. If input get key down, that. Okay, so we do something. Well, oh, now. Well, here's the thing about it. I don't condone the violence or anything like that. All the copyrighted code. No, this isn't copyrighted. This I'm releasing to people like who are not so good at coding and stuff like that. And I want to inspire them to write their own code and stuff. And I tried to explain everything that I'm doing so that way they can learn because that's the community that I would like to build. A learning community. And let's not hit our mic and like blow your eardrums. That's just not cool. Because well, it helps me on YouTube. I've got monetization on YouTube a little and everything on my PC. All the copyrighted code on my PC. Yeah. Well, here's the thing, and I'm gonna tell you, everything that's on my PC when it comes to Unity for my own projects, it is all hammered into DLLs and everything else, and it's copywritten to me. So if that code ever comes up, I teach Java at university college. Yeah. Here's the thing. You may understand this, okay? I'm in school right now for my bachelor's, okay? So I know a little bit of here and there and everything. The thing about it is, okay, I'm doing the videos to go on YouTube to do the monetization. I help people. At the same time, I get views and I get a little bit of bang. That's fine. You know, if somebody wants to buy me a drink for helping them on their to teach them code, I'm down for it. I'm not going to sit there and push it, but if they want to, yeah. You know, and the thing is, it's like it's just kind of like I scratch your back, you scratch mine, which is how life is anyway. But when I go to class right now, we are doing nothing but C um, C plus plus and freaking C plus plus right now and PHP. Okay. Oh well, I mean, here's the thing. I like what I do. I don't like what I do when it comes to my PHP stuff because that's like the devil code. That stuff, I don't like it. It just looks like code that's been crammed in there, and like it just doesn't have like so much structure as C sharp and C plus plus. And then I go into like C sharp for Unity. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. It's like the devil code or something. And um I was like, well, I'm writing that stuff, and the thing about it is, then I come home and do C sharp. Okay. I'm like doing three different languages all at the same time. Yeah, I totally agree. There's only one thing that I don't like about C++ all the time is I don't think it throws enough compiler errors and stuff like that out. Because there's sometimes you can allocate memory until the death, and there'll be like no. But you see what I'm saying? I don't think C++ throws enough errors for me, in my taste. But that's just me. I mean, some people say it's like the devil's code C++. I'd much rather write Ruby on Rails or something like that, or like HTTP code or something. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But it's just like I don't know. I just feel much better. But the design pattern that I'm thinking about for this type of code is AS ASM. I think I have, but it's been a long time. It's I honestly, if I did, I can't remember it, and that's kind of bad. Like I don't know. I've done so much coding in my lifetime from everything. Unless I hate the code, it really doesn't bother me. JMP. Oh, the thing that I like is well, here's the thing, and you might agree with me on it. When it comes to coding, I feel like every like language is kind of similar. They have a lot of similarity. There's like they just have different versions of the stuff, but like the logic behind it is kind of all the same. But I don't know. That's kind of my thing. JMP? No, I don't think I have. JE? Can't think of it. But there's a lot of stuff that I've done. Except Lisp and Hirschcan. Honestly, believe it or not, I've never heard of them. Oh, but there is something, and you might be able to confirm it myself. Okay, when they do Unity script, when they do Unity script, everybody refers that to Java, and I don't think it is. Functional programmer, functional program. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's an up and down thing, but yeah. See, I'm typing on a wireless keyboard. It's small. You know the ones that really mess me up is, have you ever like used one of those rollout keyboards that just roll onto the desk? Dude, it really sucks when the desk isn't like fully flat or something. It's got a little crinkle or something because the keys don't work because it has to be on a perfectly flat surface for it to work. Oh man, it's terrible. I did it once and I said, never have one of those. Uh-uh. Yeah, they do suck. But it's a really good like concept. I mean, you're folding out a keyboard, it could be useful in some cases, but like no, no. It just didn't work for me. It's not my thing. Right now, believe it or not, the best keyboard that I've ever owned, like the best ones I've ever owned has been from Logitech, and then like a cheap like IBM Logitech keyboard, like the very basic. Yeah, yeah. We should go back to code because this is kind of like not getting anywhere. But okay, okay. Weapon states. All right. Well, since we're working with array, well, automatically we need some type of integer, right? Int. We'll call it current state. Yeah, dude. I don't know why like your students aren't very much like into coding and stuff. Coding's fun sometimes. It's fun to break stuff sometimes. But okay, we have this. We have it in our update. Well, here we go. Actually, in our make weapon state, do we actually really have to? No, I don't think this reference is actually even needed. No, no. This reference from here, um, actually, yes, it is needed because I need something to read from. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's fine. That's definitely fine. Oh, and we need to give it a default value. Well, we don't have to. It'll give it a default value, but I need to get in the habit because here's the thing. If you go and make something like right here, like int me, and then try to do this, the compiler does not like it. You have to assign a value, and then it's fine. And I forget that all the time because I'm like, well, the default value is 0, so why do I have to do that? And I think it's because it's like a runtime variable versus a not. So in this input.get button, the first one right here, we will just put current state equals 0, the first state. Okay? And we will do nothing but a bunch of these. Okay? Else if, and I'll show why I don't do an else if in a minute. And it's because of I need to put another statement in, okay, and change some of this stuff. Because not all weapons are going to have every single state. So I think it would be a good way to differentiate a pattern of this in between. If what's this? It's an array. And this is a thing dot length. Oh no. Yeah, it is. Oh no. I'm grabbing the wrong one. Weapon state. We need a smaller one. Yeah, I definitely need to change this. This is not gonna work. As changer. I mean, it's not a conventional name, but it'll work for us. Dot length. Okay. Is less than 1 because we need it to do that stuff. If it's less than 1, we can do this code. And we brace it into this. But, oh, yeah. Because the idea behind this is to cut it out. Cut it out early. Just make it return. Or, well, we could do this a lot different. And that's what I'm thinking. Inbreeding creates idiots. Yeah, I'm not down for yeah, I'm thinking about not actually no. Here's what I'm gonna do. Instead of this, we're gonna do this. We're just gonna have it return. And then just do a lot of these. Okay? Because oh no. That's 1. This is 2. And that would be it. I don't know. What do you think? If I did inputs and then done those statements and then nested the inputs in the where I got the return functions, would that actually give me more CPU cycles through it? Because yeah, that is true. It's like the devil advocate on guessing out myself. Yeah, that is true. And 2, it's a small update function anyway. So it's not going to be like something bad. And we got 1 input that's always going to be there. And then if it's less than 1, we return here. We do this one. If input gets, we will put the current state of 1. Okay. I've got some, yeah. And then, oh, we've got some, wait, really? Okay. Here's 1. Here's a length. Okay, and we've got this. Well, we need more buttons than 1. Okay, so this is button 2. And then this is the key code for 3. And then for 4. current state 1, 2, current state 3. And we don't have a button for 4. So I'm just going to comment this thing out. Comment. Okay. And that will be fine. Oop. Nope. Delete. So, in a start function, we're going to have to do the we've got our states. Okay, that's cool. And we have our cutoff, so it won't run most of this unless you actually have the states, which, you know, some people might not like it, some people may like it, I don't care. Start only runs once, so we can put the current state, the equal 0 by default. Okay, that seems legit to me. And, well, if we have this, well, should I? Because I see this update and everything. But the question is, do I want... I have that function, don't I? Yeah, I actually have that function. Okay, so I can push it to this. So I don't really need this right here. This, not needed. Not needed. Because we have a function and stuff. But we will need a variable. Or I'll be referencing this like crazy. So we should just make this permanent. That way we don't just call this target. Target script. I know it's kind of a poor naming convention, but it'll work. So if the current state equals that, we can go into our target script dot weapon. Did I really spell it crummy like that? Wow, that's terrible. And we will pass it to enum. Well, no, we can do a integer and pass it into that, because enum's nothing but an integer. So, oh no, we can actually do an enum. My bad. My bad. Weapon changer. No. Dot. Actually, how would I do that? I'm losing my brain here. And then current. And then dot. Actually, that, yeah, I don't like it. I forgot. Whoops. I forgot how to do that. But I could, actually, no. Crap. I go brain dead. I hate that. Actually, I don't think I even need that. I just pass the current state enum. Yeah, that's all I do. Yeah, it just don't look right. I hate that. When it don't look right and you're sitting there looking at it like, oh yeah, it's not right. Kind of frustrating. Access the array with the index Yeah, I could do that, but I did. Access the array with the index. Yeah, yeah. I did that. You just haven't seen it yet. Yeah. You gotta love that Twitch delay. It's just when I get to the end after the array, I always forget like if that's the value of it and stuff. It just doesn't like after I go the current from the index. I like to put dot game object dot something, and in this case, it doesn't need it, but it just feels wrong. I don't know. It just the way it is, I guess. But I can just pass. Yeah, I can do that. I know I can do that. Is an enum is nothing but a thing. So I know what I could do is just go int index index. I could put an integer and just put this dot weapon type equals int and oh, no. I know you can. I just forget how to do it. Game off. Yeah. There. See, here's the thing, and you'll probably completely understand it. Is Unity's game object? They're like coding of it and everything else. I swear to God, it's like the root of all evil. It's just as bad as PHP, especially when you want to serialize a game object. You just can't do it. You gotta freaking use their resource.load or some other stuff, or just make it at runtime. It sucks. There's like no easy way. I mean, you can make a regular game object. Yeah, that's fine. But you can't save the dang thing. The serialization just stinks for it. And I forget because you can parse the entity. Um, the oh wait. Wait, I've got something missing. You need to data. You need like a data. Yeah. See, that's the thing. Unity's game objects is just oh man, it's like it's just horrible. I'm sorry, it's just horrible. I mean, on Unreal, it's on the Unreal Engine, it's not bad, I guess. But theirs kind of stinks too. You always got to do like the actor inheritance thing and everything. If you want to serialize, yeah. I completely know what you're saying about that. It's just bad. It's like bad. Like if your students were complaining about that, can I? No. Wait. No, I'm just goofing off. I'm just being bad. It's just not. It's not what I want. We're just gonna have to type in. What? Get off there. Weapon. And this will let me do that. Okay, so I can pass the enum that I'm already doing. And it's the same enum because I made the enum globally like this. Well, I consider it globally because it's now accessible to the entire program instead of just inside the class. I think that's how you pronounce it or how you look at it. I just know what it does. That's all. It kind of seems like a waste in memory because I know enums are nothing but array types. It's just they use the oh the string of it and things, but they're just array types. I know they are. It just I wonder if I do this, will Unity let me do a integer then into it? Will it let me do an integer of it? That would be really nice. No. No, I'm just going to give it up. I don't care. It's one of those hackish moves. It just looks hackish to me. That will be easily be understood by people and it works. So yeah. It's public. Yeah. It's definitely public. And I even used system.serializable too. Value of or something. Yeah, I tried type of and it didn't work before. Let's see. Let's go. Let's put integer right here and this dot weapon type dot or maybe we got to do no, I'm doing it wrong. I just can't think of it. I've messed with it enough, but yeah. See, um, can we do this? No. There's type of integer and this type of no that's not right. No. I'm gonna quit messing with that because that's gonna get my like brain fried till I think of it. Control and look at a suggestion. Yeah. See, that's my thing about it is I can go int that struct 32 integer. Okay. Then dot this dot weapon. Wait. This wouldn't work by itself anyway because So I'm not passing a value really. No. One dot equals index. Okay, and we know the type of. Can I get the type of? Ty type of? No. Class types? No. Type of. And then we do weapon types. I don't know. Oh, I'll figure it out. Like, here's the thing. When I leave here and try not to do anything whatsoever, it'll work just fine. Wait, one argument? What's this? Oh, yeah, because I changed the context of the, of the thing to do an integer. I'll end up figuring it out pretty soon, but I don't want to spend like 19 million years on it. So now we do that, we hit that, and all we have to do is copy and paste all this stuff after the setting, which I notice now that I'm missing some. State 1, 2, return length. We need this to be here. And this needs to be less than 2, I believe. Okay, so we'll have that. And we got enum states, so we don't have to worry about any of that. Okay, let's not compile. We got compile time. Okay. Alright. Weapon changer. Okay, so now we have a small script that practically runs nothing, and we can have it do 2 now. Single, full auto. Current state, do we actually need that? Okay, so now we just need to do, oh, it's one of those things. Now we just need to select our buttons. See, most people don't know that you can make these key code things for like public variables like this. Number pad 1, no, that doesn't sound great. They don't know that you could just put a public key code and then just have like some type of control thing where you can just like punch in stuff. I tried to type in 1 right here, but it wouldn't let me. Can I scroll down? No. Unity is going to make me go through all this stuff. I might as well just put it in. Oh, how many mouse joystick buttons could you possibly have, game? Oh, we can't access the number keys? Well, I mean, you can access the ones on the side, but I was thinking the number keys actually might be the key that you want. Now I'm thinking about it. Number pad. Ooh, yeah, that's not what I want. Alpha. What are would they consider? Hey, do you know what the alpha keys are for? Would those be the number keys at the top of the keyboard? Is that what Unity describes them as? I don't know. You know what? We're just going to use them. Alpha key 0, 1, or I'll just hard code them in and say, I don't care. But in our weapon script, we need to select the weapon script in there. So now the weapon state thing will deal with our 3 states. We can always put more or whatever. But yeah, this will change the script states. So in our um, guns, when we hit this, we'll do a single shot, and you know full auto is just the same code, so we just make. But we haven't. That is something that I needed to address. Is the auto on the inputs full automatic or not? That's right, because it won't do it. I mean, we could hack something in that would be kind of a bummer, but does this guy got a reference to the input manager? Inputs? Yes, he does. So he has a reference to it. So he can set it up however way he likes. But this doesn't seem like something we actually want just yet. Maybe we need a bool. No, we don't need a bool. We need to change the bool in the inputs. Because full automatic stinks right now because it's not auto. Okay. So how can we deal with this? In our input class, I've got it where you can put it full automatic. It just changes it between get button and get button down. So we have a variable already there, and it doesn't necessarily need to check it. It just calls the function multiple times. Yeah, seems reasonable, but the question is, do we want one class to have access to the other like that? And the answer might be yes. Now also, I've been thinking about making the input class a singleton anyway, because all these classes need access to the inputs, and I don't want to hard code them in, but I just pass the reference itself. But I've got multiple scripts needing the input, so I need some way of accessing them for multiple classes instead of passing them into like a start and everything, because it just seems non-legitimate to me. So non-legitimate. We've got our own little spawn manager. I don't know if you've seen that, but here is the code for it. I make this it's public, but you can't set it. It's the static of it. I made the dictionary public so we can check things in it. Well, no. I don't think I actually need that to be public. Oh, yeah, I do. I forgot. Because I checked to see if it's inside the spawn manager, I think. Somewhere in the script. Don't I? Probably not. Because if it contains the key, it's false. And that, yeah. I don't actually need this to be public. I can have this private. I don't need access to it like that. That's kind of dumb. So haul off to Unity, let it do its compiler thing. Compiler thing. And let's see what it does. Ray offset, line endings. Okay. So I have that, and it's got a state that it can select. Oh. No compiler issues, so it was okay with that, so I don't have it referenced someplace that's inaccessible. Okay, that's good, because that was dumb to have it public like that anyway. The weaponry array, I could see this being reasonable for public, because I'm going to be instantiating things out of this array. I want to just push the string into it, because when we make the weapon, which I'm going to drive this out as serializable object, we need a weapon name. Wait, that made no sense. Where is that? No, weapon setup. Just a serializer, nothing fancy. Okay, to create. And we have classes. Yeah, we get the file, we get the weapon saver. Which, let's go to definition. Yeah. See, I can't serialize, just make weapons by itself. I think I put that just in so the compiler will go through. But I plan on using this for weapon loading, which is the name of one bundle that I need. If I already have it loaded, then do this. I think that's going to be my design pattern for that. Like, if the bundle is loaded, the asset bundle, because I can use a string and stuff, then push, oh no, this is for the bundle, okay? And then if the bundle is already loaded, do the name. And asset bundles are like kind of a root of, I mean, they're really nice, because you could take an asset bundle and push it into your game content and not have to recompile Unity and like push it out to people things. You can actually have people just download the updated version of your asset bundle and get like all the models that they want, or you can have them actually compile their own like asset bundle that's called mod, and then have them just push out like different mods of the weapon. Like if they like their own model from CSGO or some other thing, they want to play with it, yeah, they can do it. But they have to compile it with Unity, which kind of sucks. Oh, here's the thing that I don't like. Okay. Have you ever tried to import an FPS into Unity? Oh my god. It is horrible. You have to do all kinds of stuff. You have to have, in order to input, you can't just, I'm talking about like runtime. Like have people that have the actual game that the exe, the executable, and have them where they can import their own model, like an FPS that has animation and everything. You actually have to construct everything from code in order to import it in their property. I've done some research on it, and I actually have it where it works, but it's far too complex to explain because it deals with a lot of black magic. A lot of black magic. So I don't know if I'm gonna do like a complete video on everything that's involved in that, because you actually have to tell it the vertices for each individual transform for the bones. It's a mess. Ow. So back to this. The the bundle name that we need, if it's already loaded, then I load up the weapon or something. I don't know. I haven't fully designed that class yet. But I wanted to get multi-states going. And I think this class will work good for it. It's small and it's just checking for inputs. That's it. But I was really thinking about nesting these in here. Like nesting like oh no, no, that wouldn't work the way I wanted. Yeah, yeah. No, no. I keep thinking about it, and I just keep going back to the same thing. So, what are we going at right now? We got the weapon state, but we need um some type of a bool to tell it when it's automatic. So, what can we do about that? I mean, yeah, it would be a cycle. It would be an easy cycle. Um, Wait. Actually, no. Actually, I think I'd much rather use a class. Yeah, well, yeah, I think a class would work better than this. So let's take this. Let's just go right down here because this I'll probably end up putting it someplace else, but no, right here. This makes more sense to me. We're going to do a public class. Three state weaponry straight st weapon change. Let's just call it weapon change. Doesn't matter. And what we'll do is we'll put this in here. Okay. Put this tight. Now it's getting dark and I can't see in my room. System dot serializable. That way it serializes in the inspector. And the other thing that we'll need is a public bool. And you probably already know what is is auto. Okay? And this automatically equals false right off the bat. So instead of doing this, we will change it up to let's see. We have this, and we are going to change it to weapon changer. Okay. No, let's not get rid of that name, because then it just does a whole bunch of other stuff. Okay. Dot current, and now we will go dot like, huh? Oh, because this is an oh yeah. We don't want this. We don't want this. Weapon type, we don't want it to be an array. That's right. We need it to be a regular thing. And this gives us our enum. And we copy up to here. Wait, target script does enum. And where's our script that we have for changing? Okay. Now we need a bool. And this will do it. No, not a pooler. A bool. Is auto. And now we'll go this dot inputs equals is auto. Okay. And what? Cannot explicitly. It's a bool. Okay. In. Oh. Yeah. We forgot a cast. And this is an auto. And it's successful. So every time we do something like that, we will go back into our changer. Okay, what? Oh, okay. Whoa. So the next parameter, this is going to be a hairy line. I might not like this. Not that one. Why is pasting not work for crap sometimes? Okay, time to turn the light on. Okay. Whoever stole my computer, oh man, they're like the root of all evil. I don't like it. I don't like them. We'll go weapon changer, and it's going to be the current one. Current weapon. Not S. Current. There we go. Close it. Dot. Is auto. Okay. And all we have to do is replace the function that we had before. Okay. And this is relatively easy and quick. And it can be a regular mono behavior. And you just keep continuing. Because this return function will cut it off however buttons you want. But the button code, you'll have to do that. So that isn't bad. Yeah, well, he's a good guy. I'm glad. I like Twitch sometimes. Twitch is nice to me sometimes. Way better than real life. So, okay, we've got this, and we've got that, and we've got our bool. So we need to go back to compiling into Unity. Dude, he's awesome for that. Okay. And this is the polish. Oh, this is so nice. Single, auto, and it's full auto. Yeah, this is nice. And we'll be selecting this straight from the thing. Oh yeah. Okay, now we do need a start function. So current state and call this. Current state equals 0, and that does the start. Okay, that's fine. That is awesome. Okay, so there's our weapon state. That's what I've been wanting for a while. Alright, alright. So achievement for maybe I should move this into classes. I don't see why not. We'll move this into classes. Yeah, that's a really nice guy. I liked him. I got a teacher. That's really nice. Get a teacher in your chat. All right. Can I get some grades? Okay. So where are we at? We're in Unity. We've already compiled. That'll give us our weapon states. I mean, we can have like 7 of these or however many. Whoa, not 72. That's too many. We can have like 7 different states if we want. That's sweet. Yeah, that's definitely something. And arrays are fast and stuff, so yeah, you'll just select it. That's going to be nice. And we'll save on our CPU cycles for that. We have a helper for the object finding. Okay. This switch statement, case 3. What would case 3 be? And it's called states, and it's actually an integer. Huh. We could, because I check a lot of variables up here, and it just pushes it into this. I could probably do the same thing like, who said, for that. And instead of doing this, we can just do an else if statement. Sure, it's harder for people that don't know to read it, but it's going to be more performant, like he said. And, well, okay, so this is weapon state 3. Let's go through this and do weapon state 3 is this. We'll exit out of this. We'll comment out this for now to make sure that we do it all. This is case 2. Okay. 0, 1, behavior 2, which would be case 2. Wait, no. Wait, if, yeah. This would be case 2. Okay. We put all that in there, and that, and delete. Cut this out and put it back. Wait, what? Oh, no. We don't need to because it's already there. Comment this out. Case 1, you're zooming. Ooh. I think I made a boo-boo. No, I'm cool. Case 1's right here. And we do this. We exit out of this. And we will do case 1 and just break out of this function right here. Commenting out, I mean. So in our default state, we are going to be in our default location. And this is just for moving the guns around, which kind of seems sad. Seems like a performance loss to me, but you gotta have these statements to find out where you're at. Behavior 0. Gotta have those statements. So, alright. Where are we gonna go up to? We've got this statement, okay? And we close it here. Then we open a new one, and it goes right here, okay? And we do this. Alright. Opener, closing, statement, all looks fine, and yeah, that'll probably be good. In animation, this is the closing statement, this opens it, and this is everything else. Okay, so I think we got all this. So we can get rid of this value. We don't need it. And we do not need this case stuff. We're just going to completely delete it. Save ourselves the pain of trying to read it. God forbid if somebody else tries to read it. Oh, we got an error. What's this? Error right here. And I bet it has to do with... we have a problem here. Ooh, we got a break. That's what it was. Okay. In the function... and maybe it'd be easier to read there. We have a problem here. Okay, weapon states behavior. This is the update. We don't have this integer anymore. Where is the references for this? Okay, weapon state behavior. No, we don't need it. Okay. Which is fine, and we need to delete it from here. Just a waste of performance, and I never liked it that way anyway. I just needed something quick and easy, because I only had 2 states at the right from the get-go. And then, oh, wow, I forgot to even put the code up. Okay, so, alright, catching back. Alright, let's stop weapon. We don't actually, we're not doing this. Okay, we're not doing this anymore whatsoever in the start. Okay, so we don't really need that because we got our own class doing states, which is fine. Which, wait a minute, if we do ow, if we do wait, how long have I been? Oh, almost 2 hours. Woo, man. It was really nice to get that teacher in. That was sweet. He was really nice and stuff. That was great. Let's see. Where was it at? Oh yeah, we was going to. Okay, I got rid of a switch statement in my update. Okay, and this update's really small now. Weapon states go to. Can I do definition? Oh yeah. So this update right here for the movement's really small. I used to have a switch doing this. Now I don't. Which I want to make sure I don't have any compiler errors in Unity. So we'll go through that and everything. And Unity's not complaining yet. Not complaining yet. Okay, and it's probably going to start getting spotty. And why is it taking forever to do the compile? What are you doing, Unity? Okay. Now this inconsistent line ending, this stinks. I really want to fix this. So, but there's this ray offset thing, which I use it, but and will always have a default value of null. Is it giving me a problem because it's not given a value right off the bat? Is that what it's all about? I don't know. Let's go into it. We will double click. Not that. Well, I guess, whatever. This Rayfire script, okay, is always given a. It gives me a little warning. I wonder if I put vector 3.0 here, if it'll stop. Because I don't want to do like new vector 3 or something like that, because then it allocates memory when I don't want it to. Like twice. And all I'm wanting to do is get rid of a Unity compiler warning. It's kind of dumb. Okay, so it actually did get rid of it. So can I stop with the warning about the inconsistent line ending now? Can that happen? Is it going to be that nice? Can I change something real quick? Oh, okay, we'll change something we'll just delete this and force the compiler to recompile to get rid of a silly warning. Really awesome too. Okay. Compiler. No, it won't force a compiler thing. Okay. So I guess since it's not going to force a compiler thing, we'll actually have to do something about that. And I did have a muzzle flash script, but I do not know where it went. I'll see if I can find it in my hard drive. Okay. And let's see. Desktop. Wait, is there? Okay, yeah, we can do that. Desktop. Streaming assets. This. Then. This. Script. I should have a muzzle flash. Why don't I? Or did I just not bring it over? Huh. Okay, I just didn't. So, here's the deal. When it comes to a muzzle flash, a lot of times there is stuff that you need. Now, usually there's stuff that you need, so we're gonna put public AU audio, not clip. Let's embiggen this a little. Audio SO. Okay. Why is it Unity Engine, Unity Collection? What is Unity's audios? Really? It's not going to let me just go audio source? I thought that's exactly what it was called. Audio source. Yeah. Why can't I want it to access that in script. Public audio clip, filter, configuration, high pass, audio listener. Okay, for some reason it wouldn't. Sounds. And in a muzzle flash, you usually only have one, which is fine. I mean, that's what it is. But that means this helper class is bound to have an audio source for every single time. So it might not be what you want. You might want a main game object and then play it. Which means, yeah. But for now, we're going to put it here so that I can show you guys how to do this. And then usually you'll have a variable on what game object you want, and it'll be a public audio clip. Okay. Audio clip. Fire. Okay. Or let's gun. Ooh, gun sounds. Let's just go gun sounds. Okay. And usually you'll have an array of them. Okay. Alright. And most likely, what I would suggest you do is a public void play sound. Okay. And take an integer, index, and use like a single function for all your stuff. So if it's a muzzle flash, well, guess what? You're going to call the function for your muzzle flash. Well, first you're going to want to play sound, and you're going to throw in your index of some kind. Okay? It takes an integer. For now, I'm going to put a public index. Int. Tell you, 4th of July is already over, and it is literally the 10th, and people are still doing their 4th of July thing. I mean, I'm cool with it and everything else, but dude, it gets old after you hear it like a billion times. Crazy. Yeah, and then because you're doing an array, you have to pass the index. And then you go, oh, this does this. So this is a function call that your muzzle flash is going to have, or what your muzzle sound or whatever. You're going to have a sound every time the bullet thing shoots, which sounds, you can put that in your weapon logic, okay? But why make one script do all the work of it when you can have the muzzle flash, the sound, and everything else done in one script? It's easier to debug, okay? And because it's easier to debug, it gives you the opportunity to be able to find where the problem is without going through 1,000 scripts and going, oh, this plays sound or this play. It keeps you from doing sloppy code, okay? And the debugging purposes by itself is great. Why is this giving me a pain for this? Oh, because I'm doing it from array. I got the wrong curly Q things on. Okay, my bad. Okay, that's much better. Can't believe I was sitting there looking at that. Well, the first time I was thinking about it, I was just playing it from the array, and I'm like, no, no, no. Let's just do a central function for it. Because being a public like this, we can play this sound anywhere. But we want our muzzle flash to do this. Okay, and depending on what type of muzzle flash that you like, okay, you may like a mesh version of it, which means a game object. But you want to translate what can I if you have a mesh version, you'll have to range the the transform. That's why we've got a muzzle transform reference to it. And what we do is we take a muzzle dot transform dot rotation. It's no, the local Euler angles. And this is a vector 3. Okay. And we got system. We don't got using system and then equals unity engine dot random dot range. Using we don't put range there. Unity and you should what? Why is it? We should be able to do that. I've done it before in namespaces. Oh well. We can probably just do this. Unity engine.random. Okay. So we should get the ability to go random dot range. Random range. Okay. Which there's a little secret that I'm going to teach you guys about this. Is in order to do a Euler angle like this, you have to create another vector 3. Now, you're going to be doing this an extreme lot, okay? And the key to it is, if you're going to be referencing it and doing it something like this all the time, I feel that you should probably go up here and make a member variable. Now, this doesn't have to be public or nothing, but we can put private and put our serializable field up here so we can see it in the inspector. And this will be a vector 3 because we're dealing it in local Euler angles. And we don't have to do that quaternion math or nothing like that. Okay, so you know it's good for us, right? And we'll do the it's going to call new. No, I can't use that because of that. Muzzle. Yeah, I know that. Muzzle range. Okay. And instead of doing this, we can go in here and do this. Okay. Alright. It's a member variable. It should be fine with that. Wait. Why is it? Equals. Oh yeah, because we got to equal it out to something. Okay. Duh. Random range. Okay. Now, you're like, well, this just does a vector 3 right here. Well, the thing about it is, okay, let's say you want to do this. Well, usually they'll go new vector 3. And then you type in random.range here and do all that. Well, you're instantiating new memory every single time you hit new. So what I like to do to get around that and just save a little bit of problematic things is make a member variable, because we're going to be doing this a lot anyway. Okay? Come up here make it equal this. Okay, that's fine. And this is just an example. Because it's a member variable and stuff, we can go muzzle range dot y or x or whatever equals random dot range. Okay, and it will be, actually, why is it giving me this random dot range? I know it can cast it to more than one thing. Range. Can I? No, it doesn't. No, 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 no. We go over here and we go float. I know that works. I've done it before. Is it because I'm using Unity's random? Oh yeah, it's all. I know there's overloads for this. For a float value. Because I just done it. For Ray Fire, right? Yeah, I did it for Ray Firing as float. Why is it giving me a pain in the rear for... Really? That's confusing. Okay, I did it for Ray Firing. Why won't you let me do it for muzzle flashing? Wait, where'd that go? Where'd my muzzle flash code go? Not there. Weapon setup, not there. Level loader, not there. Inputs, weapon manager. I want the freaking version of the float, and I had it over there. I know you can do it. I've done it. Without creating a new float every single time. I've done it. Why are you complaining about this? Options. Help options. Okay. System.random. 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 Oh, wait. No. Oh, I'm stupid. Random.range requires float. Okay. No. Random.range, it's got overloads. Okay. Which you have to do. And no wonder it didn't work. I didn't fill out all the requirements. Stage. And I usually like to put 100. I can't believe I'm sitting there goofing up like that. Okay. ambitious between, oh, let's do Unity's engine. Unity's engine dot random dot random, not rendering, not that. Okay. All right. Let's delete it. Let's go to its problem solving thing. Wait, does it even care? Really? It wanted me to add all that and everything else, and now it doesn't want it? All right, fine. That's fine. Completely weird, but all right. Random.range and 100. That might be too much. Let's see. Okay, so let's go into here in Unity and let's think about this. If we have a transform, alright, we want to do the local Euler angles, alright, and this is how it will work. We will have no rotation, okay, and it's going to do all that dumb stuff, but we want to rotate it a certain way. Now, the rotation is in a y factor, so if we go like this much, actually it's not going to be a y factor, it's going to be something else. Okay, that's nice to know before. And it's not going to be the x factor, okay? It's going to be the z. Now from 1 to 100 is that way. 1 to 100. Actually, 1 to 100 would make it look pretty random. So yeah, I think that would work. Yeah, that would probably make a nice one, but we need to change it to the z factor. So in here, we'll go back to coding, and we'll go dot z on our randomness. Okay, and the very important thing that you've got to realize about that too is you see the muzzle transform dot Euler angles. Euler angles are for the global variable of the functions, okay? So the transform Euler angles would be the world coordinates, not the local ones. So you'll be rotating it based on the world coordinates of it, which will give you totally different things from a local Euler angles. Local Euler angles will rotate based on the local space. And what I mean by local space is if your transform parent is rotated, like you're pointing your gun down and you're rotating it based on the local Euler angles, it will rotate and keep the rotation from the parent. Where if you're doing the Euler angles, that's world coordinates. It will rotate based on the world coordinate system. So when you're pointing down and your muzzle flash is like pointing forward and just rotating, that's why. Because you're not dealing with the local space units. Okay. Did my Twitch just die? I think it did. Okay. So Twitch probably just crapped out. Awesome. Well, my frame rate is tanked. Okay. So let's Okay. Well, that's that's really annoying. Didn't my Twitch die? I think so. Yep. Let's see. No, my code thing's back, but let's go back into Unity now. Will it transmit fine from there? Why does it say I'm offline? Huh. This says I'm online, that says I'm offline. That makes no sense to me. Okay. Last checked a minute ago. That's fine. Alright, whatever. So we'll go back to our coding window and stuff. And that should take care of most of your muzzle flash problems. Well, muzzle flash in itself. Now, I should go over the other system for you guys. And the other system is simple. Okay? And what it is basically yeah, let's get rid of this lighting stuff and all that ambient stuff, and let's make sure my lighting isn't compiling when I want it to. Okay. Alright, sweet. Alright. Our coding window, it's going good. Alright. Mix play sound. So we have this play sound, and all you do in the play sound would be I have an audio source like sounds, and we go into our index. Ooh, no, not index. Sounds. Oh, wait, really? Wait a minute. Play sounds, and we have the index. Sounds. Dot. Play. Play one shot. Oh, and it takes an overload of a clip. So in this, we will give it an overload. There was a play clip at point. Wasn't there? I used to use it. Play scheduled. Play one shot. On pause, volume, stuff like that. Pitch, particle system. Play is playing, play one shot. Okay. Play one shot. Huh. Doesn't make sense because I actually used to use it all the time. But I guess it doesn't do that anymore. That's because it was a function call and the audio source play clip at point. And what it would do is it would play it. It wouldn't like really be stackish and stuff. It was actually pretty okay. And how we do this is we got an array of gun sounds. Okay, so we'll put gun sounds, and we have to do is pass the index that we have, which is our local one, okay? The index in our local sound system, and then we do play. No, actually we're already there. We already got, but kind of makes me sad that they don't have that in there no more. And that's our function. That's it. That's the audio source, play sound, and everything else. It'll play a sound and everything. It's cool. But it kind of makes me sad that you can't play clip at point no more. It should. It should let me. So we'll go to scripting references. Okay. And I want to show this because, like, because I don't want to be like, okay, and this is my whole screen. Play listen, play clip, and it'll have all these functions. Play loading, sample, get data, destroy, bool, okay? And this is the audio clip component. So, audio source behavior, okay. Game object, what's this? We play the default clip, okay? Loop, max distance, mute, pitch, priority, fall off, spinal spread, and you can do all this stuff. Okay, and the reason why I say this is because, well, the thing about it is you should actually be very familiar with seek play clip at point. This is a static function. Really? So let's see what it says. It's a void call. Okay. And then you give the world. All right. So audio source dot. We don't have to give it an audio source? That doesn't make sense. Wow. Yeah, that doesn't make sense at all. So let's go back in the good old Unity coding window, okay? Because that just doesn't make sense. Alright. We'll go audio source. And I called it audio source dot play clip at point. Wow, really? Place the clip at the given space. We have to give it the clip, the vector 3, and the volume thing. Okay. Okay. That makes no sense for them to do that. But alright. Well, we'll give it a thing. We'll definitely give it a pin. Hey, I knew it worked, but the audio clip, okay, is this. Alright. So, audio clip. And we'll put this dot transform dot position. Right? Which is fine. I mean, whatever. And because it requires a volume, okay, let's give it a random dot range. between let's say 1F to 10F. I don't know. I don't know what the value could be for that one. But now we have it all closed. And we have apparently a static point where it'll do this, and we just give it the position. That's kind of new to me because it used to be part of the audio source dot down thing. So that's kind of weird that they changed it up like that. But it's good. It will probably be good in the long run because of if it's static and everything else, we don't have to access it through a variable, and we could just put it in any script. That's kind of nice. But that clip at point used to be someplace else. I wonder if it was part of the new audio mixer thing that they have for Unity, which deals with sound and stuff. That could be part of the update that they had. So this is part of the helper class, and if we go into Unity, okay, and everything, we will see that we don't actually have to do that. We will go into our weapon helper script. Oh, it would help if I saved. Okay. So now we got to wait for the compiling. Compile, compile, compile. Okay. Compile. Okay. All right. So our helper script now has a gun sound, and you can put any sounds you want in here because it's specific to your model. Every weapon model will have it, so you can put 3 sounds. And I don't got anything like that I could stick in here. I don't have any audio sources in this project because this is more of a code intense thing. But you'd have a muzzle transform and audio source and all that. So that would definitely cover you in that. So at that point, that's to play the sound, that's to do the muzzle. But let's say you don't really like using a muzzle mesh whatsoever. You want a oh, that is right. I completely forgot about it. Okay, there is one thing that I forgot. We need an I enumerator. Okay. This is what I'll call it. It doesn't require any perimeters or nothing. And we need to do this. Okay. And I completely forgot about this. And we will do a wait for seconds. Flash timer. Okay. And we will need a start method. Public start method. void. I always forget something. I think I'm like, I don't know. Flash timer equals new. Wait 4 seconds, and we will put this as maybe 2f, 0.2f. Now all this does, oh, muzzle flash, muzzle dot game object dot set active. We need to make sure it's false. So there's no way the weapon will be there and all that stuff. Wait. Why does it give me problems with that? I did the enumerator just fine. Why? Let's see. Wait. Why are you giving me? Oh, yeah, because it doesn't return a code path. Okay. Yield return oh, what did I call that? Dang it. Get off of it. Muzzle flash timer. Okay. That makes sense. Will yield return on the flash timer. Because we're going to do this a lot. So there's no way you're going to want to instantiate all that every single time for the flashes. Okay. And in the beginning of it, all we're going to do is do muzzle dot game object dot set active to be true. Okay. Because we want it to be extremely fast and everything else. So we'll put it true. And after the wait, we need to just basically do the same thing. Except put it back to false. Okay. And up here, when we do the flash thing and everything else, we need to, because that's what initiates the sound and everything else, we need to start the coroutine and we give it the name. Gun pass. Now, when you start a coroutine, it needs the string, but I always call it up like a method and then convert it over to string. That way I don't get any spelling problems, which, you know, could happen in a big script or vice versa. It's no big deal. But this is hard coded in here. But I look at it this way. Your muzzle flash is going to happen. I mean, it's a muzzle flash script. So I don't see why you would want anything else to be like that. Now, there is another way to do a muzzle flash. Some like it, some don't. And what it is a public particle system. Particle system. Where is a particle system? Okay. Particle system. P muzzle is what I call it. In a particle system and everything, if you wanted to use a particle system, I'm not saying you should or have to or anything like that, okay, is you just call up your particle system variable, okay, you put dot play, okay, that's all you gotta do to play a particle system. Done. That's it. And every single time you do this, it will play the particle system. That's it. Now, I would suggest you still keep this random, not range, because a particle system, you could deal with a lot of stuff in a particle system, but the thing about it is you need the how can I sometimes doing a random like texture and stuff to make it look better, you still have to do the transform rotational, the rotation. Because if you just do the particle, it doesn't look as good. That's why a lot of times I use the muzzle a mesh version and just turn it on and off. It looks better. And two, if you do the mesh version, you can have a material that glows on it. So you get that flashing like look that it's actually doing flashing without using a light, because I haven't integrated a light into this yet. And it's really easy. I mean, it's as simple as can be. All you do is put a public. Oh no, you don't even have to do that. What you do, put it on the game object that you're turning off and on. That's all you gotta do. So you don't even have to write code for it or nothing. You just put a light on it and make sure it's yellow, blue, red, or whatever. Now, you may still want this particle system to be here for smoke or something, and that's fine. Do it. I mean, it's all for you. But this is an example of it. So, whatever suits your fancy for your game, I would do it. Just do it. Experiment with it. Test different stuff out, because not everything is the same and not everything works the way you want it to. You know, like a shotgun. The shotgun, it doesn't really need a muzzle flash. Kind of looks weird to have a muzzle flash, to be honest with you. But you might want smoke, which a particle system would be. But, you know, you don't exactly have to have a muzzle flash on it. So, just keep that in mind, you know. And a rocket is a good example. You don't actually have a muzzle flash with a rocket. It just comes out, you know, you might see the fire off the back of the missile, and there you go. So that's that. But yeah, this helper script actually probably does exactly everything that you need it to do. Yeah. So I don't see any other thing that could possibly be needed for that. Yeah. Even if I left this in, it doesn't matter. Yeah. This would work really good for you. It should anyway. But like I said, if this is too much, just lower it. You know, just to get enough flashing right here for the float. So that should be our helper. We've got a small script for changing weapon states. Like if you wanted your gun to be full auto or single shot, or let's say you need a launcher thing, you could probably do it. You're not going to have more than 3 states per weapon. Come on. I mean, have you ever seen a gun that has 5 different things to do on? Like, hey, it's single shot, full auto, it launches a grenade. What possibly other functions could you come up with for that? I mean, you could do a, yeah, you could do a laser light. Hmm, I don't know, but I think that should be a member of the weapon class itself. Yeah, let's do a laser light, because that's all that really is a line renderer. That would be simple to code. That would be pretty simple to code. Yeah, yeah, I could deal with that. So what could we possibly do with that? Okay, we'll do. Do we want it part of a weapon script or this script? Oh, do we want, or do we even want one entirely? Eh, let's code one in here. Let's see, a public key code laser dot. Okay, the laser dot. Okay, and that's fine. I mean, it's legit. Which one you want, and turn it on and off. Okay. So we're also going to need a public game object because you're probably going to make it user dot obj, and you're probably going to want a public line renderer. Okay, if you're not familiar with line renderers and stuff, line renderers are great for making laserlets. I mean, laser dots. Okay, and what you do with it is we will put it up here. Is we'll change this to be laser dot, and we don't need none of this or this. Okay, if the input gets down, let's see, laser obj dot set active equals laser object I know there's, how did I do that before? I forget now, but you can tell it to do the opposite of the exact thing. Is that an enable feature or a set active? I think it'll, okay, well, we'll get back to that because I'll look it up real quick. I got some example content and things like that. Okay, so let's get to the line renderer. Okay, the line renderer object. Okay, line renderer, line R dot has a start position. Okay, start position, and it will equal laser object dot position. Okay, or dot local position. Okay, yeah, local position. We need it to be there. Wait. Index? Really? It needs an index? First? Okay, well, alright. We'll just put 0. No. This is a call. Not. We'll give it the local position. Because we always need it to be like. And then we go line R dot in. It's got an in position. Ow. It's got. Really? Wait a minute. What? Okay, I've done this 100 times. Line render. Okay. Position. Parameters. Start. Oh, you gotta pass it? Really? You gotta pass it a... That doesn't sound right to me. Oh, no. That doesn't sound right to me. Line render. Okay. Doesn't sound right to me. Line render. Okay. Set position. That makes no sense. Wait. Doesn't make sense. Okay. So, each position that you have perimeter. It's got a perimeter, I guess. So line R dot perimeter. What is the perimeter called? R set position, set block, set vertex count, set sorting layer, sort tag. It says perimeter inside the Unity engine, but I thought for sure that you can set a length. So methods, set positions. You can set the positions Is that what I want? Set position. And it just goes to a random length. I guess, but yeah, I guess you just put it in there and see how far you want the line renderer to go, but that doesn't make sense. No, I don't like it. So what we're going to do is going to be doing something a lot weirder. What we're going to do is set positions, and what it'll be is every frame. Ooh, no. This is get button down. We'll do this if laser obj dot set equals true. Okay, we do this. We have reference to the script itself, so we can pull variables out of it because they're permanent anyway. Ooh, no, we can't. Actually, yes, we can. We will do, if it's true, to get a true to no, we're doing the wrong thing. Dot not active like that is static is active in hierarchy. It's of active in hierarchy. Equals true. True. Then we do this. The only time we do this. And we call array. Let's do a hit, call it hits. And array equals new array. Wait, no, I'm doing this wrong. And we do physics dot raycast, and we feed it parameters. Oh, and there are several different versions of raycast: ray max distance, raycast hit info, original to distance. Actually, I made this ray crap before, so let's go into my weapon thing and just copy it out. But I don't feel like doing all this over again. Oh no. Oh, here it is. Ray fire. Ray. Direction and all that crap. Okay. I don't feel like doing it all over again. Actually, we could probably use this script now that I think about it. No, actually we can't. Weapon states, and I don't want to do all this crap all the time, so if we do this, get a direction, we're not going to do we're going to do this transform. Dot forward equals new vector 3. We're not going to do a new vector 3. We're just going to do some other stuff. Okay. We're going to delete this because we don't need that. And we have some directions, which is vector 3 dot forward. Okay. Forward dash. Oh, we don't need this. We're in the X. I'm giving it vector 3 dot forward. Why would I have to do anything else? Oh, wait, what? Vector 3 dot forward is not a single. That's weird. Why is it telling me I need a Y position? Wait, I could probably just feed it this, because this is nothing but a vector direction. Okay. Alright, so this dot transform in direction, and it goes to this. We need a physics dot hit. And that is not something we out hit. And we need a raycast hit. Raycast hit variable named hit to do that. And it, wait, no. Why? Okay, so what variable do you need next? Origin, difference. Doesn't give me anything. Oh, crap. Which one do I want? Deconstructor. Wait, raycast hit. Okay, I need one with raycast hit. Physics raycast hit. Which one do I want? Okay, I did that. Okay, and it gave me a pain in the. Okay, that makes no sense to me. Okay, it goes dot transform dot direction. Okay, transform the direction, and it does this actually. Okay, we've got that. Oh, because I was doing transform dot forward instead of vector 3 dot forward. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. We don't have anything here for this. So which version? Is it just doing a... Physics raycast? Oh, I'm trying to do something with ray like that. Okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, so bad move right there. I was writing the first way. Physics dot raycast, and it wants array. Ooh, which we don't have yet, right? It requires, we'll just put new ray dot maximum distance is infinite. Let's say 1000. That's cool. Int layer, put it on the 0 layer, and that quota is out hit. And that will give us, yeah, we out hit, right? That sounds fine. Yeah, positions, and then out hit. Oh, this is the wrong version of it. Okay. Dang. There's so many versions of this. That's annoying. Actually, hit. Why does it give me a problem over that? New ray. Dot. Okay. Full. We don't need that version. Ray. Out hit. Float max distance. Ray. Out hit. Dot. Maximum distance. Okay. Let's do 1000. Yeah, that should be plenty. Alright. So we have that, and now we got the hit info. So now we have something to deal with on this. Okay. Line R dot set positions. Set the 0 position to equal this dot transform dot position. Okay. Why won't you let me? It's an array type. Why? Why? Huh? Zero. And it should allow me to do an equals. But why not? Line R dot set positions. Set position. Set position. Oh, okay. Yeah, that is something that I want. I want a 0, and then do this dot transform dot position. Ooh, local position. Local position. Okay. And then we do this again. But instead of that one, we do this one, the next one. And we don't do this dot transform dot position. We do our hit dot point, and that will give us the point in which the ray hits. So every frame we will be. Why are you complaining about this? Oh, because you can't do a new ray from there? It wants you to instantiate one already? Well, that kind of sucks. Oh, okay, whatever. Alright. Sue me. I wish I could put... Why can't I put infinite? Or infinity. What? I know there's an infinity variable. Billion years to go there. It would be nice. Where's that infinity example? Mathf. Oh, it's mathf dot infinity. Oh yeah. Mathf dot infinity. Mathf dot infinity. Okay. So the ray can go out to infinity, but it's just going to stop where it stops. We don't have a maximum range for it. And that will give you your line array cast all the way out till infinity. And you could sit there and like go, hey, guess what? Your laser light or whatever by line. You can do a lot of things with line rendering, so don't be ashamed of experimenting with it. But that should give you like the basics of getting something out of the line rendering system. Now, let's go to... So what's next? What is next? My internet does not... It's not happy right now. The health is tweaking a lot, so it's probably going to be really crummy for views. That's okay, I guess. I don't know. Well, I have... Wait, what's this stuff? Use... Huh? Use of unassigned local variable, ray. Wow. I think Unity just, like, bugged out really bad. Because, okay, here's what's going on. Right here in Unity, it's saying this. Weapon states 32 at line 29, error. Use of unassigned local variable ray. Okay? and then it starts doing this. Okay, really weird, and like it does all this stuff, and there you are. I don't get it. Okay, now it stopped. But clearly, I used it. Okay, so let's go and put one F again. Okay, force the compiler to do its job. Okay, in Unity, and we'll start compiling and see if it actually likes it. And we get use, which makes no sense to me. Okay, physics.raycast, I'll hit, it uses everything. So what I'm thinking is Unity just is bugging out and it's about stupid. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to save my scene and everything and go hi, goodbye. The engine is just being dumb, and I will restart it because that is a no sense error. There is absolutely no reason why Unity should be freaking out like crazy over that variable, okay? Because it's being used. I mean, really, it's being used, okay? It makes no sense to have that error. So let Unity do its job and stuff. Oh, this would be a good time for me to look up that. Ooh, actually, I already think I know that thing. If input get button down, set active equals dot. I think it's that. No, man, those game objects turning them off and on. I, I'm telling you, I always forget those little tiny things, and then I got to look up my reference information because I had that part of it planned out already. So, what is the deal with it? Okay, is Unity actually going to not start for me? Or what's up with that? Because that's what I've been waiting on. Okay, and it's a simple little thing. It's just the contents of it. Wow. You mean to tell me I'm not going to... Oh, come on. Really? garbage. That's right. Okay. So Unity started up. Oh, well, guess what? That error went bye-bye. It's not even in Unity. Okay? So, watch this. Back to Unity. And remember the error non-use of local variable that we had? And it started freaking out? It's not even here anymore whatsoever. But wait. Our saving of... Okay. So, here's what you got to do to be able to do input like I want. Okay? You got to do set active. And then you got to cast it as this. Set. It's active self. Okay? Really simple code. It's easy to forget. And all that stuff. Wait. Really? Huh? Oh, no. It doesn't have the equal sign. I probably had it right the whole time. And wait. We don't need this code here because we're doing it there. But what we do need to do is set that thing active so it does all that. And it will give you a line render that you want every frame, which I guess if that's what you want. I mean, I don't know if that's what you would want yourself, but yeah, that's what it is. So inconsistent line endings, yes. Okay. There it is again. Why is it use of unassigned local variable array? That makes absolutely no sense. Why does it do that? I have no clue. I mean, this is array, this is array. Array, out, hit, float. I don't get it. Oh, equals new array. You probably have to do that. Oh, wait. Do you have to do that? Will Unity stop complaining about that now? This thing, null reference object was destroyed after it compiles. Yeah, there you go. It's something with how Unity is doing. Okay, so let's talk about this. Okay, is in our coding window. The only thing I changed to get rid of that is I did a new array right here. That's it. I didn't change anything else besides that. Okay. And it, and the activate cell where you can just hit the button and it'll activate itself. There you go. And I put it as a key code, as a public, so that you guys can use the variable right here and put it whatever you want. Okay. You can put number keys, you can hard code it, who cares, that's it. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and tell you, hey, you have to do it this way, because I would be telling you something that I don't believe in. But I think after 3 hours and 20 minutes of streaming, I think I'm going to call it a night. But before I go and everything else, and there's probably somebody watching and everything, what I'm going to do is refer you to my YouTube channel so that you can like find other content that might interest you. Because I don't want to be like a jerk, hit the button and leave and then leave you hanging. You got to find some other content somewhere. That's just rude. So, oh, well, if you're watching and you're cool, there you go. So, 12 hours ago, and there's that. So, nighty night, Twitchy, or whatever, or YouTube, or whatnot. We are gonna call it a day for this.